Hi, welcome back. This is Rick for EDU Mobile Academy, and now we're going to continue with our WatchKit demo app. The second part where we're going to actually make the watch do something. So I am in the HelloWatch WatchKit app group, and I have my storyboard here. And what I'm going to look at for this demo is only this main application entry point, and I'm going to look at this interface controller scene. So now we can see that our custom class for this scene is set to interface controller, and that corresponds with this interface controller, which is a WK interface controller. So out here on our watch, and we can think of it that way, out here on the actual watch, which is in the Hello World Watch or Hello WatchKit app group, we're going to add to our storyboard. So the first thing I want to do is just drag out a label, and I can see that if I click on this and wait a bit, I can see that this is going to be a WK interface label, and then there's some text that describes what the label does and so forth. So you'll notice that when you drag these elements to the interface, that there is just a green plus symbol saying, okay, I'm ready to add it. It's going to add it in a kind of a struts and springs way, if you're familiar with the old struts and springs kind of interface. Now we can change the width, we can change the height of the label. We can also change things like some attributes like the alignment of the labels, so we'll do that, and maybe for this app we'll set it to the center. And then I'm going to also need a button. So now when we drag out a button, well, no matter where we attempt to place it, it's going to place it right under the label that we have. We can see we already have a date here, which is showing the current time. Now, how do we wire these elements up? We need to go to the interface controller, our WK interface controller, and create an outlet for the label and an action method for the button. So let's go ahead and do that now. So in our interface controller, we can do this just as we would do in regular Swift. This is Swift. If you prefer Objective-C for some reason, then by all means you can do it in Objective-C. But here I want to create an IB outlet. So I'm going to do @IB outlet, and then it's a var. It is going to be called let's just call it label hello, and it's going to be, rather than a UI label, it's going to be a WK interface label, and I want to explicitly unwrap that as an optional. So now I've got an outlet. Let's go ahead and create the action method while we're here. So this is going to be @IB action and then func, and then whatever we want to name our action. So let's just call this button pressed for now. No arguments. And like that. So now we've got our action method and our outlet. In our action method, all we really want to do is set LB hello text. Actually, we have to use set text here. And then the string. So hello watch is a good way to proceed. And now we're essentially done. All that remains is that we must wire up this outlet and this action. So let's go ahead and save our interface controller and go back to the storyboard, and then we can go here and then right click and see the outlet LB hello, and because both of these items are WK interface labels, we'll be able to wire the outlet of a WK interface label to this label and then release it. And then button pressed will do the same thing with our button. When we release it, we will not get a submenu that asks us what event happened to trigger this. It is always going to be the touch up inside event of the button on the watch. So now that we've got those wired up, we can test our application. So let's go ahead and do that now. So here we are. We notice a couple of things. First of all, we'd still have our iOS simulator for the phone, but now we have a new simulator for the watch. Now, if the phone and watch don't both appear here, you can go to Hardware, External Displays, and then display the Apple Watch interface. You can also and should also test both the 38mm and 42mm interface for your app, especially if you're using the any screen size option in Interface Builder. So we have both being displayed. Back to the simulator. So now when we click on the button, our label is changed to HelloWatch. Now, in the actual iPhone app, when we click on the button, it says Hello iPhone. So in this case, there are really two separate apps bundled into the same bundle. There is a WatchKit app that's talking to a WK interface controller in the WatchKit extension, and then there is our main Hello WatchKit app that is running exclusively on the iPhone. These two things can communicate to each other. We can get information from the phone to the watch and from the watch to the phone, and we do that through the interface controller, the WK interface controller object for each scene in our app. We'll talk about that in upcoming units in the course. Thank you very much.